Welcome back, Talk family, and thank you so much for joining me on another episode of Talk the Talk. I'm your host, Padayachi, and joining me today is Sarojini, better known as Saroj Padayachi. She's the Network Development Manager at Stellantis Centurion. So her daughter actually has been in the trade for a long time. She's actually the winner of one of the categories last year, and I just found out that her mum was in the industry, and we're so happy to be bringing her in so that she can share her knowledge and her experience. I think it's been almost 30 years that she's been in the industry. So Sarojini does her work thoroughly and pays close attention to detail. When faced with a problem, she always tries to find a solution rather than looking at all the obstacles. As a manager, Saroj leads her team with compassion and dedication. Again, I'm very, very honored, very humbled to introduce Saroj to you. So without further ado, let's welcome her. And as always, this interview is proudly brought to you by Seriti Solutions, MFC, and Avo by Nedbank. Hello, Sarojini.
Hi, Dash.
Okay, I'm going to call you Saroj so that all our followers can know you as Saroj.
Yes,
okay?
thank you.
Saroj, it's such a pleasure to have you in studio with me. And you know, they say knowledge is power.
Okay.
And I think what gives you knowledge is experience. And you have been in the trade for so long, and that's valuable knowledge that you can impart to our learners, or I'm sorry, our followers and people that wants to enter our trade. So thank you for accepting our invite.
Thank you, Dash, for inviting me.
You're welcome. So tell our viewers about your journey. It's a long journey. Let's put it. Let's summarize it.
Yes,
okay?
because you're not going to have enough time if I start.
Is it 30 years?
It's 30 years, going for 30 years in the motor industry. Yes.
Wow. Amazing.
I started at Mazda and Mitsubishi as a service receptionist, bookings clerk. Mm-hmm. Moved on to warranty, assisting your service managers. Mm-hmm. Thereafter, I took a 2-year gap and had my daughter. Mm-hmm. Went back into the motor industry as a receptionist for Toyota. And from there did debtors creditors and became a VSB clerk. And then at that time the dealership centralized all their admin, and then I became the head of the administration department for that dealership. Mm-hmm. And then moved over to Mercedes-Benz, and I worked there for 17 years. Started off again as a VSB clerk, so it's not about just starting off and climbing the ladder. Mm-hmm. You know, you start off and you start from the bottom again, and you move up, and it gives you more experience as well. Mm-hmm. And I started as a VSB clerk, became a regional VSB. From there, I started training VSB clerks and became an accountant for Sandown, for Mercedes-Benz, and the regional accountant as well. I hosted the entire VSB hub as well. Mm-hmm. Looked after that with all the staff, and trained all accountants that came into the dealerships on what they needed to be done. So yeah, and now I'm with Stellantis, which I'm having a ball of a time. Mm-hmm. It's exciting, and I'm in network development.
Right. Wow. So what a journey. What a journey. Yeah. And Stellantis is such a wonderful company to work for.
Definitely.
I mean, I know you've got Leslie Sutton there as well. Then you've got Leslie, is he the CEO?
Yes, and I've got Ishmael as well.
So it's such an amazing team.
It's amazing, diverse team, and it's nice.
And such a supportive OEM. I mean, I work with almost 30 OEMs in the industry, and I must say that Stellantis is always ready and willing to join this movement, you know, to keep this narrative of women empowerment open within the public and the industry, but it's because they practice it within the company.
Definitely.
So it's such, you know what, be the change you want to see.
Definitely. Right. And we have many strong women at Stellantis.
Absolutely.
And that's what makes it also great to work there.
Now, Saroj, what is your opinion? I know that your daughter won one of the awards, and it's such an empowering feeling. So I'd like to ask you from a personal perspective, and what did this do for your child? You know, and I'm making this very personal now, but what did it do for your child in terms of having this movement, having this platform, and being recognized in that way?
Well, it made a big difference to her as well, and it's just not her that's in the motor industry in my family. My son is in the motor industry, works also for Mercedes. My daughter-in-law is in the motor industry, and my husband is in the motor industry.
Oh goodness!
So my entire family is in the motor industry, and it really is awesome to see this. And for me, it's also about the fact that we're in a male-dominating environment.
Yes.
And it gives power to women to say we can do it,
right.
and that we can also get to that standard. It's something that's so important for me to see women standing up and saying I can do it.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. And the same with my daughter. You know, she was quiet, very reserved, and being in the motor industry has taught her to stand up and become strong.
Yes, absolutely. Why do you think women would do well though, or does well in our trade?
Well, Dash, we all know women are multitasked.
Yep.
And we can give us anything, and we will succeed in that. And for me, it's about the ability to adapt and provide and be strong to do whatever comes.
Saroj, tell me about a problem that you have solved, especially in a manager's position.
Yeah. Well, there was a time when, you know, in the motor industry, you got different systems, and profits is a big thing. You know, you pay incentives, commissions, and we worked on a system, and there was a lot of losses coming through when vehicles were being invoiced.
Right.
And knowing me, I like to investigate, and I like to take the next level to find out what's going on.
Yes.
And I've mastered the systems and found different ways of doing the invoicing for VSB, and trained all our clerks. And eventually, in resolving that problem, the business was making profits. F&Is to sales managers and management levels has seen the differences in the profits of where this has come to. And it's not just about that, it's about taking that initiative to say, let's try and do it properly.
Right.
And for me, that's progress, is by providing and helping the company to succeed.
Absolutely.
That's what it is.
Saroj, what is your definition of success? And the reason I ask this question is because many women believe that, I mean, we've got so much of pressure in the working environment, and it's new. It's new. Yes, you've been here for 30 years. I understand that, but listen, we're still evolving as women. This generation, or my generation, and the generation that comes after me, we still have to deal with discrimination. We're not going to see this change now. The transformation is happening, but not to an extent of where gender equality needs to be recognized as a movement or a transformation that's going to, it's not going to happen immediately. So a lot of women feel like they're not successful, you know, in the industry, and then because they are always being compared. And I mean, I have women always saying, we've got to work, especially in the dealer network. I know you're at the OEM, but in the dealer network, I've got to work 20 times harder. But that should not be your everyone's definition of success. What is your definition of success?
For me, success is not about title and ranking. That's not success.
Right.
For me, success is seeing the people that I've trained and shared my knowledge with progresses in the workflow, work front, and the personal life.
Right.
And when you see that success, you know you've done something good for people. It's not just about the promotion.
Yes.
It's about the knowledge.
Absolutely. And I think that's why I asked you that question, is because the pressure is there, as I said. Women are putting so much of pressure on themselves to balance personal
Yes.
life and work life, and the thing is, if we're going to continue to put that pressure on us, we're not going to progress at the rate that we want to, because we have so much of pressure.
Definitely.
So yeah, like ladies, that is what Saroj is saying, that we need to bring that confidence from home, from within, and that should be the moment you feel like you have achieved confidence and just determination and inner peace and joy, then you can go out, and it's called inner engineering.
And you get a voice.
Yes.
You've got a voice.
Yes.
Let it be said.
Absolutely.
Let them hear you, because no matter how much you are being pushed back, stand up.
Yes.
And show them that you can make it and you can do it.
Absolutely.
You need to fight.
Absolutely. And in our trade, it's not about race, color, or creed. This is one industry where all women are facing the same thing. Despite, like I said, race, color, or creed.
Most definitely.
Yeah, it doesn't mean we are women of color, we are facing this. I have every race that comes in here said to me, this is my challenge, this is the discrimination that I feel, and we need to continue this narrative.
Most definitely.
We have to. So what's your management style?
Well, for me, I think it's about understanding and respecting others, firstly. You've got to understand, respect others, give them a voice.
Right.
Secondly, for me, it's about being passionate about your job, understanding your job, so that you can help others.
Absolutely.
It's not about dictatorship. Definitely not about that.
Yeah.
For me, also, leadership is appreciating your team, thanking them, for them to be a team, so that you're there because of them.
Yes.
For me, that's how I look at a team.
Yes.
At my staff, helping them and being there for them. That's what it is.
So, as if you were speaking to Sarojini, your daughter, what advice can you give to all the young girls and daughters out there that wants to join us, in this trade?
Well, in the motor industry, there's never a dull moment.
Yeah.
You'll never have a dull moment in the motor industry.
Never.
And there's so much of opportunities in the motor industry. There's career opportunities. There's development opportunities. There's so many different levels that you could inspire yourself to do and to take on. You don't need degrees. You can work yourself to where you want to be.
Absolutely.
It's not about
being in the motoring trade is not just about selling cars.
No.
You can do absolutely anything, from admin to engineers to scientists even in the motoring trade.
Yeah, you can be, you learn confidence.
Yes.
You learn to speak, you learn to mix with people, and you get very different types.
And you have
of
the
people.
best of both worlds, because you have
both
corporate and you have retail.
Yes.
So you could literally do anything you want to do.
Yes.
Well, I just want to say thank you for being a part of our movement. It's amazing to have women that have been here. I've been in the industry for almost half your time, so I learn. I'm a sponge. I sit here and I learn so much.
Yes.
And it's so awesome and so amazing that we get to share this with our followers.
Most
and our viewers.
definitely.
Thank
Most
you so
definitely.
much. Thank you
so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Viewers, we would like to thank you for your continued support and encourage you to like and share our content. Our non-profit companies, the Motoring Woman of the Year Awards, powered by MFC and Avo by Nedbank, and the Talk Studios, sponsored by Seriti Solutions and Avo by Nedbank, are platforms aimed at empowering, uplifting, and celebrating the women of motoring South Africa. We are not just telling stories, we are changing lives. If you are searching for a new or pre-owned vehicle, please visit www.auto.avo.africa. We have a wide range of vehicles on sale for you to choose from, and we only advertise on behalf of reliable and trustworthy MFC accredited dealerships. This car listing portal is user-friendly, and you can also find vehicle reviews, car maintenance tips, and automotive advice, all courtesy of Talk Studios. Thank you so much for watching, and I just want to leave you with one little motivational quote maybe, and I just want to tell you that you are amazing and you should continue to be determined and persevere. Remember, successfully motivating others is an important skill that a manager should have, and I mean Saroj is doing just that. Motivating others or self-motivating will always have a positive outlook and outcome in your life. You can get everything in life you want if you will just help enough and help other people get what they want to. And remember that the question shouldn't be who's going to let me, it should always be who's going to stop me.